Marcus Aurelius wasn't just a ruler. He was a philosopher king whose reflections and meditations cut through the noise of life with brutal clarity. Written during war, plague, and betrayal, his words aren't gentle platitudes. They're savage, no-nonsense rules for surviving a chaotic world. A stoic at heart, Marcus distilled life into principles that demand discipline, reject excuses, and embrace reality head-on. Here's a breakdown of his fiercest rules for living, retooled for today's grind. 1. Own your mind, or someone else will. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus didn't sugarcoat it. The world is a mess, and you can't control it. People will lie. Empires will crumble. Plagues will spread. Sound familiar? But your mind, that's your fortress. He wrote this while commanding legions, not sipping wine in a villa. The savage truth: if you let external chaos dictate your thoughts, you're a slave. Lock down your focus, filter the noise, and decide what matters. Today, that means shutting off the endless scroll and owning your headspace. 2. Death's coming. Act like it. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Marcus stared mortality in the face daily. His empire lost millions to the Antonine Plague. He didn't flinch. He used it. Life's short, unpredictable, brutal. So stop wasting it on petty grudges or meaningless hustle. This isn't gloom, it's liberation. Every morning he'd remind himself he might not see nightfall. That savage urgency. Strip away the fluff, prioritize what's real, and move with purpose before the clock runs out. 3. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Life hurts. Marcus got that. His wife bore 14 children, most of them died. His co-emperor betrayed him. His body ached from years of war, yet he refused to wallow. Pain is a fact. Suffering, that's a choice, when you cling to what's gone or dread what's next. His rule: feel it, learn from it, let it go. In 2025, with wars, economic chaos, and personal burnout, this hits hard. Don't amplify the pain with self-pity. 4. People suck. Don't be surprised. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Marcus wasn't naive. He ruled schemers, backstabbers, power-hungry fools. His savage take: expect the worst, not from hate, but to arm yourself. When people disappoint, you're ready. When they don't, it's a bonus. This isn't about hating people, it's about not letting their flaws derail you. Toxic coworkers, ex-trolls, family drama, assume the mess and keep your cool. 5. Stop chasing fame. It's a ghost. All of us are creatures of a day, the rememberer and the remembered alike. Marcus saw emperors worshipped one day, forgotten the next. He knew glory's a mirage. Chase it, and you're running after smoke. He dodged statues, skipped parades, and focused on duty, not applause. The savage kicker: even if you win the crowd, time erases it. In a world of clout chasing and viral fame, this cuts deep. Build something real, not just a hashtag. 6. Master your rage, or it masters you. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Marcus led armies, but prized self-control over conquest. He saw rage destroy men, soldiers, senators, even himself if he slipped. His rule: anger is a wildfire. Let it burn and you get scorched. He'd breathe, step back, and ask, is this worth my peace? In 2025, with traffic, trolls, and tension, his savage wisdom bites: leash it or lose yourself. 7. Do the work, no excuses. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus didn't have time for procrastination, and neither should you. He wrote meditations in army tents, not from the comfort of some cozy library. His savage stance: the work is in front of you, so get it done. Sick, push through it. Tired, dig deeper. Death is always lurking, and whining won't stop it. In a world obsessed with distractions, hustle, and delays, Marcus's message cuts to the core. Stop wasting time stalling. Time waits for no one. Every moment is an opportunity. Get it done now. 8. Nature's brutal. Align with it. Everything that happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find it to be so. Marcus saw the universe as raw, cold, and indifferent. Floods, betrayal, war, none of it was personal, just the workings of nature. Fighting it was futile, but flowing with it brought strength. When his son died or his troops failed, Marcus didn't rail against fate. He adapted. The savage lesson here: life isn't fair. It doesn't owe you anything. Accept the chaos, find your footing in it, and thrive anyway. In the face of everything life throws at you, resilience is your power. 9. Quit judging. It's a trap. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Marcus understood that the mind often feeds on drama. Someone's rude? Suddenly, it's a personal vendetta. You fail? Now it's a full-blown crisis. He called BS on that. Things happen, but it's your judgment that makes them feel heavy. During war, Marcus stayed steady, cutting through the noise by stripping events down to their simplest form. This happened, that's it, no more, no less. In 2025, with outrage bait flooding your feed and chaos everywhere, his savage rule still holds true. Let it pass, unjudged, untangled. 10. Be good, for no damn reason. What need is there for a reward? Isn't it enough to do what's right? Marcus didn't live his life seeking approval or applause. He lived by principle. While senators plotted against him and soldiers deserted, Marcus remained just. He didn't stay honorable for the sake of glory or recognition, but because it was the right thing to do, for himself and for the world around him. The savage twist: goodness isn't a transaction. You don't do what's right for a reward, a gold star, or external validation. In a world obsessed with likes and ROI, Marcus's truth hits like a hammer. Do it because it's right, not for the praise. Why these rules still slap? Marcus didn't write meditations for us. He wrote it for himself, a gut check during war, plague, and betrayal. Born April 26, 121 CE, he rose from noble blood. Co-ruled with Lucius Verus, then ruled solo until his death in 180. He faced plague, endless war, and a son who'd ruin the empire. And still, he stayed unbreakable. Wrote his truths in Greek, not Latin, not for ego, for clarity. What makes them savage? They're unapologetic, no fluff, no hand-holding, just truth, forged in hardship. In 2025, with AI upheavals, climate chaos, and digital overload, his voice cuts like a blade. Life's a fight, so fight smart. Living Marcus's way in 2025. Wake up. X is a dumpster fire. Your boss sucks. The rent's due. Marcus says, control your mind, not the mess. Someone cuts you off, their problem, not yours. Chasing likes? He'd scoff. Waste of breath. Afraid to fail, he'd nod. You'll die anyway, so try. His stoicism isn't cold, it's fierce. Strip life to its bones and stand tall in the wreckage. Scholars like Pierre Hadot call meditations a spiritual exercise. Ryan Holiday gives it a modern spin. But truth is, Marcus needs no translator. He's your commander, and this is war for the soul. The last word. Marcus Aurelius died at 58, likely from plague on March 17, 180 CE in Vindobona. But his rules lived on, not as dogma, but as grit. They're savage because they demand you face reality, ugly, fleeting, and yours to master. In 2025, as the world spins wild, his voice echoes, "Stop whining, start living." That's not just philosophy, it's a fist to the jaw. Wake up and get real.